So I can see that we have now 29 connected, so we will start. Good morning, everybody, again. First of all, I would like to introduce myself. My name is Marcus Wieland. I'm the destination director for the Spanish destinations. I'm based in the Canary Islands, and today I would like to introduce you into the world of Tenerife. Tenerife is the island we are telling that's the island of the eternal spring because we have in Tenerife the climate, especially that we have all year around very good conditions. It means that excepting in the mountains where the Teide volcano mountain is, we have around 27 degrees all year around. This means that we have 20 degrees, the lowest, and then we have another 27, which means also in summer that it's never too hot. This climate all over the year is very typical for the Canary Islands, for all the islands, and gives the best weather destinations all year around in all Europe. The benefits is obviously that in summer, what I said, it's never too hot, and in winter is very attractive for these temperatures to travel also in winter. This gives ideally the perfect conditions for families, couples, seniors, and especially also for active travelers for winter and summer. All year around, you can have a lot of activities in Tenerife, and we have two areas which has very different landscapes and tourism profiles. We have the north and the south of Tenerife. The north is much more greener and has more mountains and more woods. And the south is a little bit more dry, had also mountains, but it's a little bit more dry ambient and a little bit higher temperatures. Also, you have in the south the better beaches, and the different touristic areas has all his special conditions. Let me say more for families, others are more for singles and younger people. So during the presentation, I will explain a little bit more. I don't know how many of you have been in Tenerife or how much you know in general about Tenerife, and I would like to invite you also to send me some messages if you have any special questions. At the end of the presentation, I will try to individually answer to these questions you probably have. Okay, let's start with the next slide. Tenerife has two different airports. The North Airport of Tenerife it's between Santa Cruz and Puerto de la Cruz is more for domestic flights between the Canary Islands and also from the mainland Spain. There are just a few international airlines who are traveling to the north. We from Join Up, we are flying from Bucharest directly to the South Airport of Tenerife. South Airport is near to the touristic areas of Costa Areje, Los Cristianos, etc., etc. We have now flights every week, once per week, with Wizz Air directly from Bucharest, and the next departures where we have still flight seats and availability in the hotels is Friday the 26th. So right on time to book something for your clients last minute for the Christmas period. And then 21st and 28th of December. So These are the Sundays where we have a still change from Friday to Sundays. And then you will see in the program also all the January departures where we still have some flight seats available. What I said, the different periods, also you can see here again the different flight dates, but also we have I would like to mention a little bit more about our local service. We are working with locally working with a destination company which is called Canarias Europa. Probably you have ever heard about Canarias Europa. Canarias Europa is relied to a very known German tour operator, which is Schauinsland, which gives us also access to certain products which are very important inside their portfolio and makes us as Join Up a little bit more special, offering products and hotels where other tour operators cannot easily get in. So in these hotels, we have some safety allotments for some certain periods as well. So also last minute, there you will find some availabilities. We have Via Elegant Tours. This is another company we are using in Tenerife, especially or specialized on excursions and rep service. We are using this company, which gives us the guarantee to offer Romanian-speaking guide service in the destination. This means that at the airport already the meet and greet will be with somebody Romanian speaking for your clients. So we try to explain then at the airport a little bit about the island shortly, then to invite the clients to have a meet and greet in the hotel, and also then obviously to guide the clients to the bus at the airport, and then depending on the hotel and the touristic areas, the shortest trip is around 25 minutes, and then the north is in Puerto de la Cruz is the largest way. It will be around 1 hour, 1 hour, 15 minutes, depending where you have your hotel. We have the database with the full recommended hotels, what I mentioned before, where we have the access. We have now 2 different parts of hotel contracts we are offering. We have still the FIT contracts, is the traditional FIT contract, but now we are also starting and having integrated the first dynamic contracts via other suppliers. So you will see probably in the next days and next week a lot more hotels in our portfolio, which you have never seen before during this winter season. Mainly, we are flying with Wizz Air. We have hard blocks on the seats with Wizz Air. This means that we have also last minute, sometimes still some availabilities. Please check with your database, fulfilling also for creating packages with the hotel database, what we have. And as long as we have flight seats, we will also be able to create a package for you and your clients. The Canary Islands in general, and especially Tenerife, are, what I said, all year around 12 months touristic destinations. It's close to Africa coast. That's why the weather is so stable nearly the whole year round. But it's obviously also very interesting because the flight time is depending around 5 hours. So this is still the middle route you can offer. And it's very safe because the Canary Islands belongs to Europe. So you have everything which is security, also the social insurance, any kind of accidents or illness, etc., etc. So the clients will have the completely full European standards in the destinations. So if there is any client who has this kind of questions, so here you will be treated in the same way as like other European country or the Spanish mainland or Mallorca, etc., etc. The South and Spanish atmosphere. Yeah, Tenerife is Spanish atmosphere, especially also a little bit because the Canarian people has their own very famous gastronomy, their famous accent, has some influences a little bit from South America. So you have a little bit of the typical Spanish and then mixed with a little bit more South American atmosphere. The best climate of the world, of course, what I mentioned is between 20-27 degrees all year around. You have in Tenerife the highest mountain of all Spain. The Teide, the volcano, is 3,780 meters high. This is the highest mountain in all Spain and is the biggest volcano we have today in Spain. Then we have 3,000 hours of daylight all year around. I don't know how many days it will be, but I guess it's that we have daylight minimum 6-7 hours a day, depending on the if it's a little bit more cloudy or not. But this obviously gives, especially for people for Eastern Europe, for Northern Europe, the possibility to travel and to have a much better feeling. You know that in your country and in other countries, sometimes you have between 4 and maximum 5 hours a day the daylight. So this is a huge difference, which gives much more animation to the people, and for mental healthness, it's obviously very, very important. Not only the temperatures, it's also the daylight, which makes the destination so important. Natural diversity. I spoke already that we have the north a little bit more greener with woods and vegetarianism, and then we have the south, which is more mountain, more dry, and more beaches. The specials in the islands, we have a lot of nature, You can see the nature Cueva del Viento. We have other places, mountains. We have the other places for hiking. We have other places, volcano. We have stargazing also, and for the people who likes to see in the highest mountain the stars, for example. This is night excursions we are offering. The places ideally for digital nomads. We have co-working spaces. We have also apartments for longer stays, not only hotels, with the bed and breakfast up to all-inclusive ultra. We have self-catering places also to offer apartments where people like to stay for longer periods. We have very, very good coverages of Wi-Fi all the island around, so which is basic for the digital nomads to connect wherever they can work. Day and night leisure we have in the different places, all the touristic places, obviously. Later I will show you a bit the difference between the areas where you have more touristic, let me say, family parts. We have other more for couples and more for adults, for more active people, etc., etc. The modern infrastructure, we are still working on a part of the island to connect all around the island, and then to have a full motorway. It's just one part between Masca and Playa de la Arena, which is still not finished, but then you can drive all around and makes the way much easier and much faster. The infrastructure, obviously, to all the points to to connect, is between all the airports, is between also the other island which you have in the south, between Costa Adeje and Los Cristianos just in front, which is La Gomera. From there, from Los Cristianos, you have also the possibility to do a day trip to the island of La Gomera. La Gomera is a very, very green island, and you can have a day trip. You have the ferries every hour and a half between both islands. So you can go in the morning, you can have a jeep safari, for example, to La Gomera, and being back in your hotel for dinner in the afternoon. The different places in the island, what I mentioned also, you can see here a little bit, Teide Mountain is just right in the middle of the island. You have in the north, Santa Cruz, which is the actual capital of the island. You have La Laguna, which is a university student with a very young ambient old town. You have Puerto de la Cruz as the main area of or touristic area in the north. You have then near to the airport in the south, La Arona, the area Los Cristianos and Costa Adeje. The area Arona is more for younger people. It's more to have some discotheques and night outs over there. Los Cristianos is the oldest part in the south for tourism, and then you have Costa Adeje, where you have more the newer hotels, the wider hotels, and most of them are with all-inclusive ultra also. So in all these areas, you have the access to the most famous Siam Park, very close. Siam Park is one of the biggest and most modern water parks in Europe, and this is especially for families, but also for couples, very interesting to see once in your life. So later in the presentation, we will have some photos as well to see. What I said, La Gomera is the island you have just in front in the south. La Gomera is a nature protected area by the UNESCO. It's by ferry, especially Fred Olsen, just 45 minutes to go. What I said, you have connections from in the morning 7:30 onwards to go there in the morning early, and you can be back in the afternoon around 6 and or 7 o'clock in the afternoon in your hotel, have a shower, and then go for dinner. No problems. Between the islands, Tenerife and La Gomera, you have also some very specific water excursions. One of them is especially for whale and dolphin watching. You will go by boat outside on the open sea around 35 minutes, and then trying to see the whales and the dolphins over there. The picture we saw before, I would like to mention again, this fantastic wood. This is El Parque Garajonay in La Gomera. Just to go back, I jumped over a little bit, which is which was very often for different movies also. This park for different moving, if you like, spotting for filming. So this is probably some interesting part as well to see. The different landscapes you will have mentioned also for more active people, walking, hiking in the mountains, guided or by yourself. So it's a very safe area. You have very fantastic different routes if you are a starter or professional. So you can walk up to the mountains or down by the sea. And you will always end up in one of the chiringuitos, you have the famous small typical restaurants by the sea or in the mountains, where you can also enjoy the very famous Canarian gastronomy. Tenerife especially has own vineyards. You have some bodegas where you can have the wine tasting. In the north, you have Ico de los Vinos is an area where you have the different bodegas. You can see and do the wine and also accompanied by cheese tasting. You have a lot of banana plantations in the south. We can have some tasting, also avocado, etc., and just enjoy the islands and relax a little bit. And yeah, very typical to see, where you see here from green to the very rough volcano area, which is the Teide. There you can see where, as higher as you drive up to the mountains, as more volcano area you will see, and fantastic view here to the highest mountain of all Spain. And depending on the weather conditions, you can also have the possibility to use the installations to drive up via the cable car directly to the most highest point in the mountain. Masca is what you can see here down on the right side is a small village, one of the most famous and most visit villages in Tenerife, because it's so typical Canarian. It's one of the oldest villages in Tenerife, and especially on this or for this small village, for this small town, is that you can just drive up with small cars. There is no big tourism buses who can drive up. This makes this a little bit more protected and very individual. Or what's interesting also, you can have a boat tour from the south, also from Los Cristianos, driving down to one of the small harbors you have near to Masca, and then walk up the mountain to this small village, and then from there enjoy the fantastic views you have to the sea, and on the other side to Teide, the mountains. Siam Park, what I mentioned before, is a company together with Loro Park. This is Loro Park, the most famous animal park you have in Tenerife. The Loro Park is up in the north in Puerto de la Cruz, and the Siam Park, what I said, is down in the south. And you can visit both from the south or from the north. You can from the north drive down to the south. We can from the south drive up to the north to visit also the Loro Park. You have a double package. You can buy both entrance or both excursions, and you always will receive a package discount for both. The Loro Park, what is very special, is in the middle of a very, very green area, but on the other side you have the bracing cliff on the west coast, which is all along the excursions, the different highlights to see. The Loro Animal Park is also for protecting. It's not only to see the orcas, it's also how you say, a protecting animals park, where others are growing up smaller animals, and to protect them, the species also in all the world. And they are also very collaborating with other famous water parks in Asia or in Florida, for example. You can see here on the photo on the left side that the town of Puerto de la Cruz. You can have an impression about the touristic areas with the old town, where you also have very famous restaurants and a very special ambient, because it's all no driving area, so you can walk around very typically to all these old streets, which are most of them around 500-600 years old already. The buildings, the churches, also what I mentioned, La Laguna, which is the university area, and obviously the very green part of the island, Orotava, La Laguna. Orotava is one of the most protected areas of the UNESCO in old Spain, because let me say, the times keep still there. You walk around these streets and fantastic old houses, which gives a little bit of pirate ambient, let me say it like this. And you really do a small walk in the different areas, the different ages. So you have here on the downside, this is Puerto de la Santa Cruz, Santa Cruz, where you have the capital, the actual capital. You have also a very nice beach in Santa Cruz, so you can enjoy a day trip for shopping, for sightseeing in Santa Cruz. But please don't forget the swimming shorts or the bikini. And then you can have also in Las Terracitas, also enjoy at the end of the day or the beginning of the day, you can enjoy the beaches. Then here on the top, you will have another photo, what we saw before, which is Puerto de la Cruz, which is the most important touristic area in the hotel, in the north. In Puerto de la Cruz, you can see the hotels are directly to the sea. So you have in the main hotels seafront rooms and obviously fantastic pool areas where you can really enjoy the day. In the middle, you can see the Siam Park, what I mentioned before, with a lot of slides and fantastic venue for the whole people. On the upper right side, you can see the Masca Street, which goes down from the seaside up to the small village of Masca, and then on the right side down, you see the animals, which is the penguins, is a species in the Loro Park also, which is very, very protected around the world, and they are trying to keep these species alive over there. Different touristic areas. What I said before is you have in the north, Puerto de la Cruz. You have here Santa Cruz. Santa Cruz has also some different hotels, but it's not very famous like touristic areas. You have here in this area more or less the airport, and then you start here with the coastline of the touristic areas. Here you can see Playa Las Americas. Playa Las Americas is, let me say, one of the widest and best touristic areas. You have all hotels there refurbished in these areas. Most of them are with minimum half board and then all inclusive. Some of them are up to all inclusive all inclusive plus or all inclusive ultra. Some very known brands like Best Hotels, Cleopatra, for example, Cleopatra Palace was now taken over by Spring Hotels. Spring Hotels has the most beds and hotel rooms on the island of Tenerife in the different touristic areas. You have in your market, your source market, some of the very known hotels, which we have also in our portfolio. Gara Suites, Best Jacaranda, for example, obviously the Spring Hotels, Central Center, and all of these hotels are in the 4-star segment to offer to your clients. Showing some photos to give you a little impression about the hotels, how they are inside for some of you who have never been in Tenerife. This, for example, is the Best Jacaranda, where you see this is up to the mountains, and on the other side, looking from the hotel rooms, for example, you will have directly the beachfront, and most of these rooms are directly with the sea view. Or in the lower levels of the rooms, you have always the pool view. Cleopatra Palace, which is also now together with the Mediterranean Palace. This company were bought by Spring Hotels a few months ago. These are wider hotels with also a lot of activities inside the hotels. You have for MICE also some big meeting areas to do presentations, any venues, etc., etc. The Cleopatra and the company of Spring Hotels, they will try to refurbish also in the upcoming years, step by step. Obviously, we will always inform the tour operators and the travel agencies about these news inside these products. So Tenerife, for example, you can see here a little bit the avenue you have between the sea and the hotel, where you can just have a small walk during the evening, morning, or nighttime. Also for some jogging, some sports in the morning. You have nearly direct access to the beach, which is very famous in the south of Tenerife, that you have these hotels directly near to the sea and to the beach, where you can enjoy the beach with the average temperatures nearly all year round. You have today still 24, 25 degrees water temperature. For the Atlantic water in Tenerife. So this is very, let me say, a very different, attractive sales argument, obviously, to you to convince your client to travel to Tenerife. Spring Bitakura is also one of the very known products in Tenerife. To give you a little bit impression, Spring Bitakura was also refurbished around 3-4 years ago. So they have the absolute most modern standard inside and outside the rooms. Family adapted. These hotels has also a very big Scandinavian ambient in winter, which gives especially people from the northern and Eastern Europe countries, source markets, the guarantee to enjoy this ambient in Tenerife South. Another one, which is El Troya. El Troya is also one of the eldest hotels in this area, in the south area of Los Cristianos. Troya was also refurbished some years ago and has a very high 4 standard service inside the hotel, and outside you can see also you have the small harbor, the small beach there. You have the promenade where you can walk and also find some places to go for night out, for dinner, but also for some partying if you would like. You have some pubs in the areas, and you have some discotheques. You will find there anything for every age of people. Central is a very known product. Is in the middle of Playa de las Americas. Has a small shopping center just beside. So for people who are looking for a little bit more a basic base hotel, but looking for a little bit more, let me say, party and a little bit more activity, also excursions, etc., etc. This is a fantastic hotel, which is not directly to the beach, but which is in the middle of the touristic area and has everything what you need around. From there, we move a little bit more to the next touristic area, which is Costa Adeje. Costa Adeje is a little bit newer than Playa Las Americas. The hotels have been built in the last, let me say, 20 years. These hotels are all in a very high class standard. Bahia del Duque is one of the most famous luxury hotels we have in the south, with the absolute highest standards. And then all kind of Hovima hotels gives you an absolutely guaranteed for your clients that they never will have any kind of complaints. So because of the standards inside these hotels, Bahia del Duque, what I said, a luxury hotel, and what you see here in the front, in the front on the back side, for example, you have from there fantastic views directly to La Gomera. All the Hovima hotels. Here you can see this is a little bit the different diversity of the products of Hovima. Hovima is present in Tenerife with the different products, starting from 3 stars apartments with self-catering bed and breakfast, and then up to 4 stars also, and with the top of luxury products, which is Hovima Suites, Costa Adeje, for example, one of the latest incorporations. They have a 4-star high category, with one part of the hotel for families. The other part is more, let me say, adults only area to guarantee a little bit more a quiet part of the hotel, being a quiet part of the hotel for couples, without the access for kids. Costa Adeje, Hovima, La Pinta, which is again directly to the beach, to the small sports harbor. You have in the south, you have again the view to La Gomera in the back. La Pinta is also one of the most known products in the area. Santa Maria, which is the apart hotel. Not everybody wants to have 4-star or 5-star luxury hotels. The apart hotel, they have more square meters inside the units, which is especially for families also very, or what we said before, for long stay, or also for more comfortable, let me say like this, because you have much more square meters and yeah, to enjoy your stay. La Caleta is a smaller area. La Caleta is yeah, very typical because it's still maintaining a little bit the charming of a small fisher village. and there you have just a few hotels, and one of them is Hovima Caleta, which is also a three-star hotel. Was also an apartment complex before, and is also with more square meters, with a separate sleeping room, with separate living room in this area, and especially for families and yeah, for people who wants to live to stay a little bit more quiet. This area is fantastic in large units of the apartments. I said before, we have also these different areas. We have Los Gigantes, where you have, for example, Allegro Oasis is one of the hotels we are offering with special conditions. Allegro belongs to the Barcelona hotel chain, and also we have Believe, Smart Hotel Florida, Globares Aquario, Globares Tamaimo, but these hotels are in the north. So we have Puerto de la Cruz. I think I talked a lot about Puerto de la Cruz. And here, for example, in the north, you have the Believe Experience Orotava Hotel. Puerto Palas, one of our bestseller hotels, is very famous for best ages. Be Smart, Florida Plaza, is, let me say, a typical style, Canarian style house. The rooms are also all refurbished during the last years and is very famous, also like the Globales Aquario we will see next, for people who spend more active holidays. Means there you have the base to drive up around the north of the island, to drive up in the mountains to do walking and hiking, for example. You have a lot of sports activities in winter also for cycling, to train, since in Europe the weather conditions are not the best. In winter, a lot of cycling groups are coming over, or individuals are coming over to Tenerife to train during the winter time also, because they want to have the different levels also for the mountains, the different levels of the highness of the mountains and the street they are cycling by. So these hotels are very, let me say, very good basics for people who are more active. We have also the hotel, which is the Route Active in our portfolio, which offers directly from the hotel many activities and groups for hiking and cycling. They have a very big gym inside the hotel. And the next hotel we can see here is the Colonia Punta del Rey, which is a very known product, which is not directly in the very typical areas of Tenerife. It's not directly in the north, and it's not directly in the south. It's something in between. So you have this hotel, a large hotel, a very wide hotel, directly to the beachfront. And since they are not in a very typical area, this hotel is, for example, offering everything what clients need inside their installation. So you have there the super all-inclusive inside this hotel. You have some shops. You have also the possibility to do sports. They have a very nice gym, and obviously this is a hotel where people just want to stay and relax and enjoy the installations of the hotel. I don't know if somebody has some questions. If somebody wants to raise the hand, or if somebody has some questions, please let me know. I can see here some questions inside the chat, but I'm really sorry because I cannot read and understand the Romanian language. So if everybody has a question, please write to me now and I will try to answer your questions. Anyhow, if you have any questions, if you have any doubts which are translated to your from your clients to you, please always contact us. Your contact person inside JoinUp will always be able to answer, or if they can answer, I'm always willing to give any kind of information. And to resume a little the presentation, the webinar, is that, yeah, Tenerife is an island which has to offer nearly everything for everybody. The geographic situation, you have the very, very good weather conditions during all the year. Okay, last weekend we had some stormy weather, but it's probably 2, 3, 4 days all year around, but the rest of the year very stable. The island is offering for families family rooms, animation, shallow pools, entertainment programs, the water park, the Siam Park, also the Loro Park in the north, also for the couples, adults-only hotels with very nice wellness areas, spas, and premium gastronomy. You have inside the premium gastronomy, but you have also gastronomy over the whole island, especially what I mentioned, the Canarian gastronomy to taste. You have in the north the possibility for wine tasting in the different bodegas. You have also the possibility for cheese tasting nearly all the island around. You have possibility to offer Tenerife also for seniors and long stayers, because you have very quiet hotels, very quiet locations, which vary with very accessible areas, and proximity to the promenades and the city centers. The promenades also with the nightlife and everything for couples, also for younger people. You have the different boat times in the different hotels between 3 and 5-star deluxe categories, for starting from self-catering, bed and breakfast, half board, all inclusive, everything what you want. With Join Up, you have very advantages, starting with the early booking promotions we are doing with the different hotels and hotel chains. So even if we have the block seat, the guarantee seats, we have in Tenerife some bottlenecks because we have some absolute high season periods. So if somebody wants to travel, for example, at the end of October, beginning of November, over the Christmas or in the Easter period, it's always better to use and join the all-inclusive, the early booking promotions and the exclusive offers with added values. Then In other periods, obviously, Carnival, for example, it's also very famous up in the north or in the south, all the areas. Tenerife is very famous for his carnival. It's very South American style carnival. And yeah, this is a period which is high season. So, and don't wait until the last moment, because yeah, if you want to enjoy these days, it's better to book early and not to wait for the last minute. Especially in winter, what I said, winter destination, stable temperatures up to 20, 24 degrees, modern infrastructure, the wide range of the hotels, best process, stability, social security, also valid in the Canary Islands, European health standards, etc., etc. And never to forget all the activities and the excursions, what you can do, National Park, Loro Park, Siam Park, etc., etc., etc. Seeing some World Heritage protected by UNESCO. So whale and dolphin watching. So this is everything you can enjoy and explore in Tenerife. If you don't have any more questions, I can see here the best to stay in Tenerife, to have beaches and a lot of restaurants and nightlife. So I can offer Los Cristianos or Costa Rica. These are the two areas where you have everything. You have very good hotels, starting half board to all-inclusive ultra, and you have the main beaches all in walking distance, and between the beach and the hotels, the first hotels, you have always a beach walk, a promenade to go. And in this area, you will also find some nightlife and restaurants. Obviously, you have some famous clubs there where you have some DJs at the nighttime, etc. So there you will find something. Alexandra, if you want, I can give you a little bit more tips. I will put here my email address also if somebody wants to ask. And if you have something, so you can write me directly. Okay. If there are no more questions, I would like to thank you very much for your attention. It raised up at the end to 50 people joining this webinar. I think then it was not too boring. And yeah, if you have any more questions, contact JoinUp, contact me. Found hotels for animation. You have animation for children nearly in all hotels which are not adults only. It's easy to say like this. The most biggest animation you will find in GF hotels, for example. GF Hotels has a special water park animation, etc., etc., but also in the Hovima hotels. And by the way, in the Hovima hotels, you have the possibility to join between the different standards, starting from 3-star up to 4-star deluxe. Who has a very good animation team also is obviously Barceló Hotels. Barceló has a big company inside their company just for animations. You have Hovima Costa Rica Suites. You have the GF hotels. So a lot of animation to find. And also in the north, I can recommend you Hotel El Tope. Hotel El Tope is one of the hotels we are offering since this winter. Hotel El Tope was very typical Spanish and German hotel, but gets after the full refurbishment during the last years a very international hotel and has implemented a lot of installations just for kids. And yeah, this is a hotel where you can find also in the north everything what you like to have and to do all day around with the kids. I'm talking because I have also three children, so I know what I'm talking about. If the wife and the kids are happy, so you have guaranteed that the holidays are happy. Okay, guys. No more questions. I don't want to bore you. I wish you all a very good day, a very nice weekend, and of course, at this stage, already a fantastic Christmas holiday, Christmas time with your family. Enjoy good sales during these days, and all the best for the year 2026. For all of us, huge sales and very good performance. Take care of yourself. Bye bye.